All right, I've made up my rub, and I'm gonna put it on these ribs. And I don't know why, I must have read somewhere on a blog or somewhere from someone that I always do a light coat of mustard, and I don't know why, but I've always done it. So I've gotten lighter. I used to go really heavy because I liked mustard, but honestly, you can't taste the mustard. It's the only reason I do it is I feel like the rub sticks a little bit better. So I'm gonna ditch that glove. Grab a new glove here. Another reason why I love gloves. I know these are like surgical blue, but they're tough and they last and they're cheap. So I can go through a lot. I know my brother has like a pair of black, like really thick commercial grade that he bought off Amazon, and they make him look like a serious barbecue pit boss. So if you don't like the blue, you can get some off Amazon. My rub here is paprika, coarse sea salt, lemon pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, white pepper, dill, marjoram, cumin, oregano, basil. Yeah, and that's it, just in different increments. But yeah, it's pretty stripped down. I used to have a lot of stuff in here, but I think I've narrowed it down, and I probably could narrow it down a little bit more, but I'm not really in the mood to do that. I might get it real basic. Maybe the rub doesn't do anything for us, but make us feel good because it looks like there's lots of seasonings on the side. I like to just kind of sprinkle it on there. This makes me feel like an artist, you know? I'm here in the kitchen just kind of making my masterpiece. And you'll see it start to kind of soak in to the meat. And I know you probably don't care, but you might wonder why I don't do anything on the underside of the meat. And I've done a rack both ways, where I did liquid smoke on the top and bottom of the racks, and I'll put some rub on here, but I've done liquid smoke and pepper and liquid smoke, mustard, and some rub, but I don't really notice a big difference if you do the underside or not. So I might just do rub like this. Just do a little bit of rub just so that it catches the flavors, and then turn it back over. And that's looking mighty good, actually. You don't want too much rub because you want this to really soak in to the meat. You can do the edges of the bones if you like to do that stuff. And this recipe is perfect for just one rack of ribs. Just kind of massage it in there so it's not super dry. Even though it will get in there, that right there, I don't know, to me that just kind of looks commercial quality, commercial grade. So again, with the gloves, man, I can't stress that enough. And I'll just bring this bad boy around. This is Press and Seal. I hate saran wrap, and Press and Seal does not stick, surprisingly. I'm gonna have to do a second piece here. Press and Seal does not stick as bad as you would think. It's actually pretty darn good. So I'm gonna do a second piece just so we're not exposed here. That down. Flip her over. Maybe press some of that air out there. But yeah, press and seal works perfect. As you can see, it is not a nightmare. I keep trying to convince everyone I know that uses saran wrap still, or plastic wrap, to convert to press and seal, because I just don't think there's a better way. So, okay, that is what I do. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind. You can keep this in the fridge for a couple of days, and not a problem. You can do it 6 hours. I wouldn't do it, you need it a little more than 4 to 5 hours. I mean, you need it at least 6. If you can, overnight. You know, 8 to 12 hours, depending. But I like to do overnight because it's easy. You just make it beforehand, like I'm doing. Saturday night, Sunday, we'll have some smoked ribs for dinner. This right here is a perfect Christmas gift. You show up to someone's house and say, Merry Christmas. I don't know, print a little card out, put it on here that has the directions. Heat oven to 250 degrees. Cook on a cooling rack in the middle of your oven for 3 hours. Wrap in foil and put your desired barbecue sauce, brown sugar on it. Wrap it in foil tightly. Cook for another 3 hours. Let it rest for 30 minutes to an hour if you want. Or you can dig right in. It'll be piping hot. And then enjoy. That right there, folks, is Merry Christmas. You don't need to give me peppermint hot chocolate. You don't need to give me some cute Santa Claus gift or stocking bag or whatever. You give me a rack of ribs with some instructions on how to do it, and we are best friends for life. So this right here, if I ever ran for president, this is what I'd do with every nation. I'd sit down to a nice meal, and we'd be compadres, best buddies or homies at the end of that meeting, and we'd have world peace right here with one rack of ribs.